Hello, welcome back to another Models by me. This time we'll be looking at Academy's 1/72nd scale Junkers 87 G1 Stuka. The G1 specifically being the tank busting variant. So we'll be doing this in the usual manner of starting with a brief history on the Stuka before having a look on at the outside of the box. Then the contents, then the instructions, then the sprues, with my final thoughts at the end. So let's continue this with going over a brief bit of history on the Stuka. So, history of the Stuka dive bomber. So the icon of the Blitzkrieg and the main plane anyone thinks of when you mention the name dive bomber. So the Stuka first flew in 1935 before being introduced into active service in 1936. Seeing service only 1 year later as a part of the Luftwaffe's Condor Legion during the Spanish Civil War. These early Stukas had several issues as they were underpowered, and the big heavy spats that covered the wheels had to be removed because this was to prevent the wheel sinking into the muddy airfields the Stukas operated from. During World War II, the Stuka actually proved how deadly precision bombing could be, either by going for artillery, bridges, other infrastructure buildings. Even ships were not safe from this terror weapon. Like many large planes, which the Stuka can be considered one of the larger single-engine planes, when enemy fighters were in the air, the Stuka suffered. Its only defence was 2 forward-firing machine guns and 1 rear-facing machine gun. This was later upgraded to 2, probably more for emotional support. On the 18th of August 1940, during the Battle of Britain's hardest day, the Stukas were withdrawn from combat because of the heavy losses they suffered. But they were still used in limited numbers, like 1s or 2s rather than the whole squadron, for the rest of the battle. The Stuka did see use throughout the war, being used in Europe and Africa and Russia. Jumping to the Stuka G1, which is the kit that we were looking at, from a suggestion by Stuka ace Hans Ulrich Rudel, the Stuka was equipped with 2 37mm flat cannons in gun pods mounted next to the landing gear. This is from Rudel's experience of taking out Soviet tanks with the 20mm cannons that the Stukas were upgraded to, replacing the forward-firing machine guns. These cannon birds, as it was nicknamed, proved successful in the hands of Stuka aces such as Rudel. Though successful, the cannons only had 6 shells each, so you had to make sure each shot count. There is a good video out there about actually how effective was airborne anti-tank things like the rockets, the Typhoons, Thunderbolts, the IL-2 Sturmruck. So, recommend going and look at that one. Over to the kit itself, this is actually a fairly new tool, being first produced back in 2002, and has been re-released frequently over the last few years, including companies such as Model List, Special Hobbies, and Doyusha, all re-releasing this kit. So, if you've made it this far, please hit that like and subscribe, and let's get on with the rest of the unboxing. The unboxing, that starts with the outside of the box, funnily enough. So, Nice artwork of the side view of the Stuka, so that's not too bad. You can see specifically, yes, Tank Buster and the anti-tank cannons. As already said, anti-aircraft cannons that were repurposed into anti-tank cannons. Digits Academy in the bottom corner here. One interesting thing to note with these tank busters, no dive brakes. It's not a dive bomber, there's no need to have the brakes there, so take them off. Down the side here, tells you again, Stuka Tank Buster features fully engraved panel lines and rivet details, highly detailed cockpit and landing gear, okie dokie, authentic markings included. Cool. Okay, so we've got nice artwork of the actual, well, pictures of the actual plane itself. Quite a nice paint job on that, in typical German straight line camouflage. Oops, having to lift the camera up a little bit, because yet again, an angle, there you go. It's the front box art, telling you it's 1/72 scale. World class product of Korea. Okay. Product code. Photo the exact same on the other side. There you go, refocus. All the different languages for basically contains one unassembled model kit, easy to follow instructions. Paint and glue required to complete model as pictured on box, suitable for 14 above. And if you didn't get it, it also says 14 above or 14 or above there. Oh, they did this. I always get excited when they do this. So again, Academy, the box art, and tells you the Stuka Dive Bomber. So if you want to display your boxes that way round on the shelf, as opposed to flat, you can. The underside, cardboard box. Thank you, title card. Let's have a look at the contents. So we start off with instructions in a pretty certain typical Academy style, which almost like a Tagliari, it just folds out on itself. In the lid, we have clear plastic. We have a baggie containing 2 sprues. The wings pretty much lined up on top of them. Another baggie now containing 3 sprues. The extra one just for this kit. Stuka fuselage and engine and cockpit. I say engine, there's no actual engine in this, it's just the cowlings around it. What else have we got in here? So we've got separate paint guide. Okie dokie. I'll come back to your decals in a minute. What else have we got in here? Typical Academy stuff, I can imagine. Here we go. So we have check with part list before unsealing. Okie dokie. How to make a model. Don't think I need that one. Warning in assembly of model kits. Make sure you read the instructions, cut stuff off the sprue with care. Suffocation. Okay, all the usual health and safety. Right, let's move you out of the way and let's have a look at the... Don't know where that lot all came from. Alright, so let's have a look at the decals. So you're going to focus on the decals? Gonna have to take them out of the baggie. Let's take them out of the baggie. Oh, didn't stick. Let's have a look. Focus. Yay, there we go. So not cartograph decals, these ones. So B87, is it 87? I think it's 87. a bit off centre there, but at least they're all consistent to each other. Tanks don't look too bad. Warning triangle. Looks like it's shifted over to the right a little bit. Hang on. Now, the writing is all, well, it's German, sorry, Germans, I wouldn't be able to read it anyway, but it's too mushed together for me to actually distinguish any letters or words, I'm afraid. So, yeah, overall, not too bad. Instrument panel. Basic, but 70-second scale, potentially not going to see it anyway. Not to make any detail out of it. Right, let me put this back away again, and then we do the next part. So, instructions. Again, we got the bias box art at the top here, actual picture of the plane here, and then load of icons at the bottom. Glue, don't glue, can't read. Repeat operation, decal, weight, filler, scrape away, optional. Repeat for the opposite side, draw a hole, be careful. And then finally, oh, painting scheme number, okie dokie. Wait, does this use letters again? Or numbers? It uses numbers. Am I missing tank? Aha! Okay, yeah, Academy do this at times. So, the camera will stay out of focus for this bit. There you go. Each number represents a colour, with the exception of IOM65, or I'd say the German colours pretty much. It won't tell you what particular colour to use for which. So, try and cross-reference with like Airfix. We also do a Stuka. Quite a nice one as well, actually. Right, so start over here. So we have. There we go. Were you done with that? No. Go there. Right. So we start off with the cockpit section. So glue all the parts in, including the machine gun and stand for the rear gunner. Okay, nice and simple. Once that's all done, glue it into the cockpit and glue the two sides of the fuselage together. This is nice, quick and easy, isn't it? Stage 3. Put the decal onto the front of the instrument panel, which I think is detailed. I've tried to look at it through the baggie and I think that is actually detailed. And then onto the front top of the fuselage there. Next step, glue the radiator into the engine, glue the two sides of the engine together, and then the exhaust dubs. Once that bit's done, stage B here, if you want spinny propeller, you need to glue the propeller onto the base plate. It says do not glue these two bits together. I know what it means, but it does mean, it's supposed to mean glue that to that, let that dry, push this onto the end of this rod here, and then glue this little nub onto the end of that rod, and glue the spinner on top of the propeller. If, like me, and you do not care for spinny propeller, glue that to that, that to that, that to that. Done. On the plus side, in that configuration, at least you can leave the propeller off till last. Now we've done the engine and the front part of the fuselage. Time to glue them on. Plus this bit. Now, if anybody can put in the comment section why the Stuka. I've noticed this in War Thunder as well. There's a clear bit of glass here that goes over this bit of fuselage, which then you then glue into the top of the fuselage. Anybody explain what this bit is? I say I've seen this on War Thunder, and I think I see control cables there, but any actual reason why they did that? Please let me know. I am genuinely confuzzled. Next, the wings. So first of all, got to drill out all these holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14 holes in total. Okay. Before gluing the upper wing onto the lower wing. And then glue the wing onto the fuselage, glue in the horizontal stabilizer at the back. And then it gives you a choice. Now, model makers, or not model makers, manufacturers, please tell us for which particular version do I glue onto the front of here? Do I glue the bits that are clearly just covered over machine gun ports, or the ones that are machine guns? I think these still did have their machine guns in it, so just they need the uncovered ones. But there's no like explanation. Just that little bit of extra detail would just thank you. I would appreciate. And then glue the light into the wing there. Stage 7. Landing gear. So, cut this piece off here. Think that's a leftover from the Jericho trumpets these things were equipped with. Glue the wheel into one of these spats. Glue the two sides together. And glue it in. Paint up the rear landing gear. And then glue him onto the back. I don't think this Stuka had this. Right, so Academy. Stage 8, you need to move this bit to here. So glue these in. Glue in the horizontal stabilizer. Then glue in the support arms. It'll help get them a bit more. Well, it'll help get them a bit more straight and level. But I think every time I've tried this, it actually sends one of the stabilizers off at an angle. Don't know why. Glue the P-tail tube. What looks like an aerial of some kind. Oh, there's two on either side. Okay, interesting. And glue in oil coolers, or could be radiators, and that the oil cooler under the wings there. And oh no, yeah, we're definitely nowhere near finished, are we? Stage 9, all the little bits. So these control arms are for. These are the ailerons and flaps. These large things at the back are the ailerons and flaps. These control arms need to be glued between them. Have fun. And the counterweights need to be glued on. So conveniently it tells you which angle these need to go at, because it's not all too clear here. So that is a nice feature. I will praise that one. And glue it on these two little bits at the back, which I think are footsteps to help you get onto the Stuka. Stage 10, glue the cannon together. Two sides of the gun pod. And the ammo and shell catch on the outside. And then part of stage 10, as you kind of see here, these need to be glued in nice and level, so potentially just, as it potentially says there, lift the plane up, glue them on, lift the plane up, and just let gravity do its work. But yeah, glue those on, and you got the support arms for them. Now, you got a choice. Completely closed canopy with aerial, or open canopy with aerial. No, it gives you the option of the open canopy, but it doesn't really show the open canopy. Because that's just a sprue map. Yeah. Kind of missing something there. But yep, sprue map in case you're missing any parts, so check first before unsealing the baggies, because Academy will void your warranty apparently. Let's have a look at the paint guides. So, so we got, yep, option 1. So this is flown by, oh, look at the name. Hans Ulrich Rudel. Okay, so we need to use paints 9, 12 and 11. Interesting. Which is typical 65, 71 and 70. So dark green, darker green and pale blue. So conveniently, for this side, it shows you the fuselage on the plane. This is one of my big bugbears. The wing covers part of the fuselage. You cannot see what's behind the wing. Take the wing out, so you got a clue. So there's the wing. That's where I go with that, what we may call camouflage. That is good. I like it. Go down to this side, but assuming you just about make it out, you can see the camouflage there anyway. Ish. And side sky blue. Decals on the rounded struts. Yeah, have fun with that. Option 2 is for just a generic plane as part of SG1. But overall, is it the same? Oops. Yep, camouflage is the exact same, it's just the decals that are different. Okie dokie, let me put this away and get the sprues out of the baggies, and hopefully not void my warranty in the process. Okay, I double checked the bit of paper here. Check with parts list before unsealing. Replace and return not guaranteed when the plastic is unsealed. Well, I discovered myself now then, haven't I? Anyway, let's have a look. So, let's start with, let's just go from A to E, or F. A to F. So, let's have a look at the fuselage. So, thank you. So, fuselage, very nice panel lines, all recessed. Can I get the light showing on? Because I did have a look at this earlier. There are rivets all the way around here. So, yeah, not rivets, panel lines are not too bad, so even if you're brush painting, yeah, they don't seem all too shallow, so okie dokie. I know some of these you get them and they're just like very shallow, but no, that doesn't seem too bad there. Okay, top of the fuselage here goes at the front. Quite nice. Exhaust stop's a bit basic, but you can't help that. This is that weird thing that goes at the back here, the back of the fuselage here. They put the clear plastic on top. Even though there's a hole in the side. Is that supposed to be there? Okay. Propeller is pretty basic. Spinner is quite large. Underside, yeah, I know we haven't done the machine gun. Let's do the machine gun quickly as it's right there. Or drop the sprue entirely. Let's try this again. Right, machine gun. Bit detailed at the back here. The machine guns are very plain. I think there's an attempt to show the like vent holes down the barrel here. Can I? Yeah, there's definitely something there. I can't see it. But when I run the tool over it, it does pick up something there, so... Okay, I think there's an attempt at vent holes, but they're not clear. Underside, or the inside of the fuselage. Ooh. Ooh, look at all this. Ooh, this is all nice. So you got all the ribbing. That's a central divider bit, I think that goes there. Very, very nice. Okie dokie. Sprue B. Right. I'm going to give this plane praise because of that bit. But this bit, doesn't that just look plain and boring? Bit of detail up here, look at the foot pedals. Okay, 70-second scale. Are you going to see most of this? Tell that to the developer of the Wellington. That was oh so nice. Good job, Airfix, with the Wellington. But yeah, feels like there needs to be more here. I feel. Could be wrong. Engine cowlings. Very, very nice. I love the fact this implies that you can swap out the engine for the older version that had the large grille at the front. And yet, yeah, when I looked at the instructions for Academy's bomber version, nope, these are on the front of the fuselage and it's just one piece. Good job. Inside of the fuselage bits, so we got what's potentially radios, not too sure. There's a couple of pieces, but are pretty bland. Okay. Control column is very, very nice. I'll come back to you in a minute. That's the bit the machine gun goes on top of. That's nice. Radiator, the grills are... yeah, it's good. There's a little sinkhole just here. That's going to be interesting to try and fill. But other than that, gunner seat's not bad. Pilot seat is a bit basic, no seatbelts or anything. Right, now are you going to pick... Yes, it is going to pick up. It has dials. They say that every time the dials have needles. There is needles on these dials. That's going above and beyond. Whenever I see that, it is always going above and beyond. Because you are definitely not going to see any of this, especially not on that level of detail. But it's there. Anyway, Sprues C, which weirdly, or unweirdly, C for cannon, is the cannons and the gun pods. Right, let's do the underside. And that's it. Right, so the gun pods themselves, you got the rivets going down the side, or potentially screw holes, because you need to take these panels off to service the guns. Ammo suits and ammo catches. Ooh, just spotted this. Oh, ejection pin marks. Why? Okay, fill it in, sand away, make sure it's nice and flat again. But the rest of the cannons, very nice. Sprue D. So the spats, nice. I'm guessing this is like rubber, some extra rubber suspension to help absorb the landing. They're very nice. Horizontal stabilizers. Bit plain, but yeah, quite nice. These literally go on just the outsides here. Are they recessed in the middle? Ooh. Oh, no, they are not. They're off the camera. Let's try that again. So yeah, horizontal stabilizers. These bits go on the outside here. I am pretty certain when Airfix did theirs, there was a recessed bit here, so we could glue it straight on and you got it in the right spot first time. So first time model makers, you're going to have problems with that. I was wondering what these bits are, but if I flip this over, so we have, okay, so it looks like no, that is smooth, so it's covered over or exposed. Okay. There's nothing there. I don't have to worry about a landing bay because, or landing gear well, because the wheels are permanently down on this thing. Oh, more ejection pin marks. Hopefully you won't see them, but if you know that's going to irritate you, that's more filling in you've got to do. The wings. Very nice. All the rivetings there as well. Really, really nice. Drop the sprue again. I need to check that up. I don't think you're supposed to be there. I don't think you're meant to be there. Unless somebody comments and says, yes, that is correct. I think somebody accidentally hit something hot on the way out and nobody caught it. Oh, that's going to cause a problem. Right. Sprue. So off with the tyres, which are quite nice. Rear landing gear, not bad. All the extra bits, pretty plain because there's not much on them. Oil coolers, radiators, not too bad. Anything on the inside? Nope. Okay. Bottom wing. All the rivets that are potentially going to be lost as soon as you paint this up. All very, very nice. Very nice. Right. Clear plastic. So something I haven't done for a while. I've realised I keep forgetting to do this. Frame lines. These do not look promising. So let's... Nope. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh yeah, you can just see here with the camera, well, with the light reflecting on it. You can see there's a line on this side, and a line, I'm exaggerating, but there's a line this side, and a line this side. And if I put this tool slap bang in the middle, it is bending. This means that's literally a line at the front and a line at the back. It's not a proper frame. Oh dear, oh dear. And they are literally almost flush. Oh dear. Right, let's have a look through. This is a very curved canopy. So I'm not going to look at this because this is almost cheating. Because this one's the canopy open. So if the canopy is open, you can look straight through, say, the opening there where the pilot jumps in. I'm going to look through this at the curved bit of plastic with the canopy closed. All the ultimate tests to see. There we go. And then the canopy on top. Canopy on the table again. Get over here. kind of what is to be expected, to be honest. Though some of it is quite clear and not as curved as the other parts of the canopy. Yeah, that's not too bad. Okay. Right, let me box all this lot back up. Let me box all this lot back up. And I will do my final thoughts and scores at the end. Right, so final thoughts. Let me do the scores and the skill level, because that's how I think best sums up what I think of this kit. So, skill level 1 to 5. 1 being beginner, 2 easy, 3 intermediate, 4 advanced, 5 mastered, or master. I am going to say this is skill level 2. It's what appears to be quite an easy kit to put together. Little challenging bits, such as the counterweights and the bits that hold the control arms for the ailerons and flaps here. But other than that, there's nothing really much else. I would say that makes this plane really hard. It appears to be quite a nice, simple kit to just glue together. Don't have to worry too much about landing gear because it's solid. So, yeah, that's nice, easy skill level 2. Interior detail. Some people, I think the last Academy kit we looked at was the ME162. The last Academy kit we looked at was the Comet. The cockpit was detailed. The seats, I'm pretty certain there was even seat belts on the seats. That kit spoiled me. The Stuka, on the other hand, there's detail in there. It is good detail. You got needles on the dials again. But I'm just going to go with a 4.5. Because, as alluded to, seat belts. Where are they? You're not going to include the pilot and gunner, so kind of need to put seat belts in there. Also, the base plate at the bottom of the cockpit section. Okay, again, you're probably not going to see it. But I think it should be more than just plain and smooth. So that's my justification for a 4.5. For the interior, exterior. Exterior is good. You got the rivet lines. No, you don't. You do have rivets, so you have quite a few rivets, but you do have the panel lines. The panel lines are good. The rivets are good. It's like they have literally scanned it in, scanned a real plane, put it straight into a computer, smoothed out some of the bits, and then sent it straight to the printer. It is good. So to be honest, well, I was just thinking, let's give it a 5. Let's not give it 5. And the reason I'm saying not giving it a 5, the canopy, more specifically the frame lines. They're not frames, they are just lines. You've scribed into the mould and then poured the clear plastic into it. That's not a frame. Expect something raised. Something goes up, across, down, and then you've got the glass again. Not glass, line, glass, a little bit of glass, line, and then glass again. No. So, A little bit of a bugbear. I know older manufacturers did that. I've got a BR20 from Italiari. That is clearly just lines. But that's an old kit. This is a new kit, and it has that. I'm going to go with 4.5. So grand total, 9 points. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. So, if you like the video, please hit that like button. Comment below, have you made one of these before? Is there anything to watch out for? Is there any traps that the instructions do not make clear? Share this video with your friends. I still promise, as soon as we hit that 500 subscriber mark, I will do a build video on the HE177. Trust me, the Bristol Bombay is being built as we speak. Well, not as we speak, because I'm recording this video, but it is getting built. And subscribe for more. I'll see you on the next video. Thanks. Bye.